Okay, get off your phone.
Fuck you. You get off your phone.
It's time for you to answer some tough questions.
I don't. I refuse. I plead the fifth.
Nah, we'll make this nice.
No, we won't.
Trust me, bro. You will fucking love it.
This
And
is
all-
gonna be like Bill. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Brother, stop hitting that fucking cable, man. You're driving me crazy.
Fucking inform me.
We're recording, by the way.
Shy.
Yeah, don't mind that shit.
Cool.
It's all
Nah.
good.
Fuck
Nah,
off.
I'll listen to it fucking many times anyway, so it's all fucking good.
Oh,
Start
yeah,
it off.
little bollock shit. A spider on my hand. Fucking deadly.
Oh, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Bacon Boys podcast. My name is Luka, and across the room from me is my good friend Michael.
Story.
And today, as promised, we're doing a very special episode of interview with Mr. Michael.
No, it's not gonna be special.
So,
I'm regular.
Michael is gonna tell us a little bit about himself with my perfectly worded questions and guidance.
That have not been prepared at all. So who knows?
I will extract the information from him.
You're fucking gonna get waterboarded. The fuck? Pulling teeth out and all.
So, first of all, how you doing, my friend?
Grand.
You're doing good.
I'm grand. I didn't say I was doing good. I said I'm grand.
That's the difference there.
Grand just means I don't have any problems. I never said things were good, but things are not bad either.
It's
Middle of the road.
It's alright.
I'm grand.
So, bro, like, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where do you come from? Where do you stem from?
The mean streets. The mean streets. The flats. You up the flats. You up the flats. That's where I'm from. The dirty little flats.
Yeah?
You've been. You've seen them.
Yeah, but
They're bad. The
This-
ghetto.
this is for the listeners. So,
I'm from the mean streets of Dolphin's Barn.
yeah. And how was growing up there?
Shy. Terrible. An awful place to live.
Yeah?
Got progressively worse as the years went on. When I was a little kid, it was alright, you know. You had everybody was sound. Your neighbours, you needed something, your neighbours. You know, I need fucking bit of milk, you can knock into the neighbour and get a bit of milk. Now if you knock into the neighbour, you get a box in the head. Terrible place.
Oh, it got worse over the years, yeah.
Tremendously worse. Tremendously worse.
So, would that be considered social housing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, nobody's owning one of them fucking shitholes. Yeah, all social flats.
So, it's like the type of place that you wouldn't want to live in.
It's where you put the scumbags, yeah, effectively.
Wow.
Full of scumbags.
Well, congratulations for not being a
Drug
scumbag
dealers,
then.
paedophiles, fucking everything. And you can think of, we've had them.
And like growing up there when you were younger, did you personally have any problems? Did you have any like sticky situations?
No, don't think so. Nothing major. You had the odd fucking fight or whatever, you know what I mean? But
Were you throwing them hands?
no, I wasn't. People knew better. Fuck with me. I'm from the fourth block. You know what I mean? Nobody coming into the fourth block. Not while I'm around.
Well, like I didn't know my boy Michael was a G.
No, but you know what, right? I'm not a G, just for anyone listening. But if I go to the flats now, even younger kids that are there now, they if they see me, you know, if they're acting the prick, but if they see me, they'll go, oh, no, not him. He's from here. They know me from just that I used to live there. Have a reputation that I didn't earn at all. But people wouldn't fuck with me if I was in the flats just because they know I lived in the flats.
Oh, so it's like a very tribalism type of thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if you're from there, you're cool, but if you're not from there,
Yeah.
like
And if people think you're not from there, and then you're like, I'm fucking from here, they're like, oh, sorry, I didn't know that. It's crazy.
so like you're not allowed to do any scumbag shit to your own people, you know?
Well, you can, but it's not going to go down well. One time I was in work and Jada was trying to bring the baby up the stairs. in the pram, and a lot of the young fellas were sitting on the stairs with their bikes and all. And she was like, sorry lads, will you just move so I can bring the baby up? And they wouldn't move. And they eventually like scooched over a little bit, and she had to like struggle to get the fucking pram up the stairs. So when I come in from work, she was telling me about it, and I was like, who was it? And she was like, oh, it was him from up there. I was like, alright, I'll go and talk to him. So the next time I seen him, I said to him, you know what my girlfriend looks like? And he was like, yeah. I was like, alright, so why when she was trying to go up the stairs with my son in the pram the other day, did you and your friends knock her out of the fucking way? He was like, oh, that wasn't me, look, it was the boys. I was like, that better not fucking happen again. I said, or else me and you are going to have a problem. And he was like, oh, I'm really sorry, look, I won't. The next time she was coming up the stairs and they were there, he was like, do you want a hand up with the pram? Helped her up the stairs with the pram. It's crazy. It's so stupid, like. It's so stupid.
Well, like, what bunch of dickheads.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you help a woman with a child?
Or at least get the fuck out of the way. They were on the stairs, like.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't.
Like, bro, even if you're not from there, give a woman a hand.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's just the way it is.
Just like people
Just
actually.
People are arseholes now. It didn't used to be like that, but that's the way it is now.
Yeah.
But
And
like I said to him, like that doesn't fucking happen again. He was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I was like, yeah, fucking make sure. Like, they're your little dickhead friends. They're not from around here. You fucking know that's my girlfriend. Like, you move out of the fucking way.
Yeah,
Like,
you tell them.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he's nice as pie. Even to me man now, he's like nice. Gets our shopping, brings our shopping up the stairs for him and all.
Your mom still lives in the place where you grew up?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll get her out someday. Someday.
But surely she does, like, she's the OG, right? She doesn't have any issues
Doesn't
living
now
there.
keeps herself to herself.
Yeah.
No, but she wouldn't. There's nobody be. There's people, new people move in and they're arseholes and they don't know what's going on, but they learn.
Yeah, but your mom has the hood on lock, right?
She's holding it down like a gangster. Gangster granny, that's my man.
And
She's gonna fucking box the head off me for saying that now, but fuck it.
she doesn't like being called grandma?
No, she does, yeah. She loves it. Do you know what happened to her the other day? She was in with Jay. Jay works in town. And somebody asked Jay if she was his ma.
Oh, no.
She texts me, I'm fucking furious. Somebody's out there calling me Jay's ma. And I was like, oh, that's cold.
Nah, shout out to Mama Michael. You don't look like anyone as grandma. Come on now. Don't be crazy.
I don't lie to the woman. Don't lie to her now. She just be looking like a granny sometimes. I'm gonna get battered. I'm sorry, ma. Only messing.
And what was the pastime for you and your friends?
Football. 24/7 football. Football in the block, football in the halls, football in the field, football in the sand pitch, football. Football was major.
Yeah?
It was always football.
Did you...
It's the only way to make it, as I say, as a superstar of the football game over here.
And how was it regarding, like, I know you like video games and it's a thing that you've been into since you were a little kid. Was it like a type of way, like when one kid has, let's say, a PlayStation and then all the kids are coming to his house to play?
Yeah. Go into your mates. Play a bit of fucking Harry Potter or something. Bit of Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Back in the good old days. Yeah. But depends, like we had there was maybe 7 or 8 of us in my block that were friends, like. So you'd go out and you'd look over the balcony and see whose ma's car was in the block. And if their ma's car wasn't there, you weren't going to knock for them because they weren't in. You know that way? Like,
Yeah.
you could just tell by looking, going, oh, he's not in, his ma's car's not there, they must be gone out. So you didn't even have to go. You didn't even have to go and knock. Like, you could just go, oh, they're probably not in.
You just go to the balcony and you scope out the situation.
The silver micro down there. Nah, he's gone out. Fuck, I'm not knocking for anyone else. Not in the humour. There was always that, but there was one lad who was always, he was like the last resort friend, you know what I mean? If nobody else was out, you'd knock for him. Poor cunt. Some dope he was as well.
And like,
Yes, man.
how do I say, all in all, like, did you like living there, you know?
No. Oh, fucking awful place. Awful place. Like, ceilings are fucking paper thin, floors are paper thin. You can hear everything.
Uh-huh.
All the time. Like, non-stop. Fucking awful place to live. Hated every minute of it. 22 years or something I lived in the flats. Hated every second of it. Couldn't pay me to go back.
Yeah.
Couldn't pay me to go back.
Yeah, unfortunately, social housing tends to be that way. It tends to be really, well, poorly built and shit, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, it's not nice.
And
Not
then
nice.
they'd be chopping people up around the corner. Actually, I need to issue a correction on our episode, Being Bag Body Parts. I said that a fella was murdered around the corner and he chopped up his outfit and all. Apparently, he didn't chop up anybody. He just killed them.
Uh-huh.
But that's not the information that I had at the time, so whoops-a-daisy.
So the whole episode goes out in the water.
I know, I
There was
mean,
shit.
look, he still killed them and all and whatever, but he just didn't chop them up. But that's what I was told.
Yeah. In the last episode of the podcast, you mentioned that you bought an iPad so you can do art, right?
Yeah.
When did you get into that? How did you stumble upon drawing and being artistic?
A combination of being poor and bored. We just would watch Art Attack. If anybody knows what Art Attack is.
I don't. Tell me.
Art Attack was a show that used to be on, and it was just some fucking, you know, like kids television presenters, just a real happy fucking dickhead. But he would do drawings and arts and crafts and shit, and he'd be like, oh, here's how you draw this or whatever. So I would watch Art Attack like every day, fucking loved it. And then there's an Irish fella called Don Conroy, and he's an illustrator, and he had a whole series that was like, here's how you draw an owl, or here's how you draw a fucking dog or whatever. So I used to just always watch Art Attack and Don Conroy, and you know, you get the odd magazine that was like fucking Looney Tunes or something, and it'd have, here's how to draw Sylvester the cat or fucking Bugs Bunny or whatever. So I just was mad into that. Or else I liked Dragon Ball and fucking wrestlers, so I would just try to draw Goku and fucking John Cena and whatever.
Yeah.
So I just liked drawing. I always liked drawing. All the time, since I'm a baby.
And like, how do I say, was that something that like you pursued in a way, you know, did you do some extracurricular activities with drawing and shit, or it was just all like self?
Nah, I just liked doing it at home.
Yeah.
For like, if it was raining or whatever, or if like none of my friends were home, we just draw pictures.
Oh.
Just make up. I drew comic books and shit, like made my own superheroes up and all.
Oh, wow.
And drew them. No, they weren't good, but they were.
Well, what is the, like, give us one of them.
I couldn't fucking tell you. I couldn't remember.
No?
Nah, Jesus, that was fucking... I'm an old man now, sure. That was talking like 7 or 8. So, good fucking 22 years ago.
Yeah, back in the day,
And
huh?
the rest, 22 and some change.
And did you ever consider pursuing that as something more than just a hobby?
Yeah, I wanted to be a tattoo artist, but I don't have the patience or the talent. I'm not that good at drawing. I'm good, but like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I could be if I had fucking time to put the effort into it, but it's a lot of effort. I don't have time.
Yeah, it's not something that you wanted to put enough effort to actually like be competent
Yeah,
enough.
I don't have patience either. Like it's. I like to do things quickly. You know what I mean? I don't have 8 hours to do a picture. Can't be arsed.
So is that something that you do it when you feel like it?
Yeah.
You need to be
So
motivated.
now I was a cunt for doodling in school. Like I'd be listening, but I'd be drawing a picture. But like that helped me take stuff in, because I was listening, I was paying attention, but I was just drawing. So I was just focusing on drawing, and like all the information was just going in. Like I never studied or anything in school, and I always did well on tests.
Yeah?
Never studied. I'd just be sitting there doodling. I used to draw it on the back of me tests and all, and the teacher had like leave me a little note on it saying like, this is really good, but don't draw a full A4 size picture on the back of your test. I was finished early. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm bored sitting here, so I drew fucking Porky Pig or something on the back of the test.
Yeah. And so how are you doing in school?
Good. I was a little fucking lick arse in school.
Yeah?
All the homework was done, all the tests were good, all the answers were right. Hand up in the air for everything. Do you know what? I was fucking really good at reading, you know, like when you're in school and sometimes the teacher picks something, they're like, the man was... I was like, I don't have time for you, kid. Like, let's get on with it.
Today, Junior.
So, I'll read it. Can I read it? So, the man was going to the shop and then he bought a cat and then he went home and he had his dinner. Next page, lads, come on. We have more shit to do. I had time for stuttery fucks, you know what I mean?
Keep it pushing.
Head was wrecked. But yeah, now like I wouldn't have been acting the bollocks in school. My mad have killed me. Mad have killed me if I was acting the bollocks in school. I was a good boy.
Yeah.
I didn't like it or anything, but it wasn't hard, you know what I mean?
Doing what had to be done, yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite subject?
Shocker, but art or PE. Outside of those two, nothing. I hated all of them.
You had no interest in like any
fucking
other...
geography and history and Irish. Nah, not art. Didn't give a fuck.
And what kind of subjects here in school you have? Because I obviously never went to school in Ireland.
Shite ones compared to what you used to. So like primary school, you do English, obviously, Irish, maths, geography, history, and in religion. And you do a bit of PE. That's it. Like the fucking basics.
And secondary school?
You might get French or German or Spanish. You get a language, like a foreign language.
Yeah.
Then you'd get science, art. We did technical drawing, which was crap. Shout out to Mr. Pickard with his one finger chopped off. He's a gas man. He taught a shy class, but he was a gas man. You'd have like computers as well as a class the odd time. Then they've like SPHE and CSPE, which are like social fucking personal health education or some fucking shit. And then some other one was more like political and whatever, but nothing fucking useful, like, you know what I mean? Absolutely taught you nothing good. Or the girls got to do home ec. Teach you how to cook and sew and fucking like it's the 1950s.
So you wouldn't be able to choose a secondary school in a way that like every secondary school has the same subjects, right?
Yeah, pretty much. The only difference would be like the languages maybe. Or like a school might have woodwork because they have a woodwork fucking room. Like my school didn't have woodwork, but they had tech. My school didn't have woodwork because the technical drawing teacher, Mr. Pickard, cut his finger off with a saw, so they got rid of woodwork. And that's a fucking true story. And the funny thing is about that same teacher taught my ma when she was in secondary school.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, Mr. Picker had a long run with 10 fingers.
And we used to call him Mr. Pickars. And he didn't like that. But sure, look, he was a gas man.
Wow, I'm really surprised he wasn't loving that nickname.
Well, he should have kept all his fingers then. There's a rumour going around his finger was got lost up his arse because he was picking it so much. But
so, you are doing well in school, right?
Yeah.
And how did you pursue it further, with further education, like college?
yeah, I went to, well, I wouldn't say I pursued it, but I went to college for a year to do games design, which was good crack. Wasn't a lot of learning going on, but it was good crack.
And why did that not go till the end?
Lack of funds. I had enough money for 1 year. I didn't have enough money for the rest, so I had to get a job.
Couldn't get a grant or anything?
Nah.
Wow,
no
man.
good. No buenos.
Well, so actually,
And you know what? And you know what's really shit? People that I went to college with, like, are animators now. They work on cartoons that people will have heard of, like.
yeah?
Well, Irish people maybe, not our worldwide audience, not our South African friends and our American buddies. But yeah, like proper animators like that have worked on cartoons and games. A fella I went to college with worked on Diablo 4, and his name's in the credits.
That's very cool.
Yeah, really cool. And he was a mad fucking, like, he dropped out and everything. It's not the Timmy fella from that story. It's a different fella, but he dropped out, but he worked on Diablo, which is fucking crazy to me, like, because Diablo was massive.
Yeah.
Especially Diablo 4 was fucking crazy bonkers massive when it came out there recently.
Yeah.
And he put up on his story like that, his name in the credits. I was like, holy shit, it's impressive.
Yeah, but like, yeah, sorry to hear that, man. That's such a shit reason to not fucking get further education, man. That's like a really just unfortunate situation, man.
Yeah. I would have liked to do it, like, you know what I mean? Because the second year the second year and the third year, you could do either more like games focused stuff, or you could do like animation and more like drawing focused stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I'd have been all about that, like, but wasn't to be.
And in this current day, you are a father of 2 children.
Yeah, fuck me for
Yeah.
my sins.
So Michael went from a little kid playing football to a fully grown adult with offspring and stuff.
And can no longer play football because he's got bad knees and a bad ankle.
And got a little chunky.
I'm fat, big fat boy. I was always a bit chunky, to be fair. I went up and down on the chunk meter.
So you've been with how long have you been with your girlfriend now?
16 years
Wow.
in June.
Congratulations.
Wait, hold on. 2008. 17 years in June? I'm bad at maths. One of my least favourite subjects in school. I'll tell you, I'm going to get the calculator out. I'll tell you right now. What are we now? 2024?
Yeah.
16 years in June.
Wow. And
for reference, I'm 31 in June, so you do the maths.
so, like, tell us a little bit about your path with your girlfriend in a way that, like, you know, you met love of your life at such a young age. You know, how did that happen? How did young Michael navigate?
It's a really stupid fucking story, to be honest with you. I was sitting on the floor playing me PlayStation 2. That's how long ago it was. I'm so old. Sitting on the floor playing me PlayStation. Couple of days beforehand, I was on Bebo. Probably nobody's gonna know what fucking Bebo was. It was a social media network before Facebook, and you could it was basically Facebook, but you could put like videos on your profile and shit that would stay at the top so people knew what sort of music you were into or whatever. It was called like a flashbox, so you could do shit like that. Go on.
Where do you put that Bebo in between, like MySpace and Facebook era? Is that
right
in between?
Middle. Yeah, right in the middle, I'd say, yeah. I never was on MySpace, but I was on Bebo. Bebo was the first social media I was on. I was on Bebo for fucking years as well, and then like Facebook came in and everybody was going to Facebook, and like nobody was on Bebo anymore. I was like, nah, fuck Facebook, I'm staying on Bebo. And then like nobody was on Bebo, so I was like, I have to get Facebook now. I was like, fuck. So eventually moved over to Facebook, but I was on Bebo one day and I was going through like, you know, recommended friends or whatever. So it's like people that you're friends with, their friends shows up. So I was going through like my best mate's friends to see if anybody that I knew was in there that I didn't have on Bebo. So because you had to have everybody that you knew on Bebo, and you could rank them in your little friends list. You could put them as like your top friend, and it was major. If somebody was your top friend, like, it was very important.
She got competitive.
You had like top 15, I think it was, you could have on your profile, and you could arrange them by dragging them.
Yeah.
So you could have them in the right order. So I was just going through his friends and I seen this young one. I was like, oh, she's nice. I like her. And I wouldn't be the type, like, I wasn't the type to just be adding random girls or whatever. Like, I'd never even spoken to a girl that I was interested in before this. And I was like, I'll send her a little friend request and just don't know who she is, had no idea who she was, nothing. Sent her a little friend request. Thought nothing of it. Went on about me day. Sitting on my floor playing my PlayStation. A couple of days later, I get a text message on my phone, which I had only got, by the way, like, I only got a phone when I was 14. Got a text message. Oh, like, hey, it's Jade, like, I'm Stephanie's cousin. And I was like, okay. I was like, what? Oh, I got your number off Sean. I was like, oh, all right. Turns out, she was my best mate's girlfriend's cousin. Didn't know that at the time. Just seeing a nice girl, I went, I'm going to add her. See what happens. So, start texting. And that was it. That was it from there. Texting for a while, chatting for a while. And then, I think after like a month or two, I asked her to be my girlfriend, and that was it. Onwards and upwards from there.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then 16 years later, here we are, huh?
Yeah. 2 kids, trying to get a house. Still not getting married, in case you're listening, you fucking bitch. Not happening.
You said such a lovely story. Why did you have to do it there?
Listen, this is the episode that's about me. You're gonna get the real me.
Okay, yeah, fine.
That's how I am.
I cannot scold you this
That's
time.
how I am.
So, how was the, you know, like you had your first child at a young age,
21.
Okay,
22, sorry. 22.
so quite a young age, and you weren't, how they say, you didn't have your life in order.
Didn't even have a fucking job.
Yeah.
I actually walked out of our job. Well, it was my job at the time. You weren't there yet. But I walked out. I said, fuck yous. I'm not working here anymore. I left. Went away on holidays. Got her pregnant. I'm a motherfucker for getting her pregnant on holidays. I tell you that. Every time I quit a job and go away, like within the week, she gets pregnant. So we don't do that anymore. No more quitting jobs and going on holidays.
And how did you react to hearing that you're gonna be a father for the first time?
Jade loves to tell this story. So she texted me and she was like, like, I'm late or whatever. And I was like, oh, fuck, like, what are we going to do? She's like, oh, I'm just going to have to get a pregnancy test. And I was like, okay. So, like, I'm fucking stressed to bits at this stage. I'm freaking out. And we didn't live together at the time. Like, she lived with her mum and dad, I lived with my mum and dad. So I was like, right, like, let me know. And she just texted me. I'll never forget. She texted me just, I'm pregnant. So I text her back. And not a word of a lie. I'll have her come on and tell you this. She texts me. I text her back. Bollocks. Full stop. Bollocks. That was all. Text her back, bollocks, put me shoes on. And I was like, right, I'll meet you out and we'll fucking decide what we're going to do. We didn't have any options, to be fair. Like, it was, you're having a baby, fuck you. So we did.
And how do I say, were you happy in that moment?
No. Stressed. No happy at all. Like, freaked out.
Yeah, like no place to stay, no job, no
Freaked
prospects.
out. Yeah, absolutely fucking stressed a bit. But like, super fucking duper stressed. I was like, I have to fucking tell me ma, like, what am I gonna do? And like, bear in mind, I'm 21 at this stage when we find out that she's pregnant. And I'm like, I'm not 16, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a grown man, I'm 21. It's grand, you know what I mean? Like, my ma's not gonna freak out. But I was just stressed. So eventually, like, told me ma, and she was delighted. And I was like, right, grand. And then I was like, okay, it's grand. I'll get a shitty job and everything will be fine. It'll all work out. But no, initially, not happy at all. Very upset.
And how did your mentality change? Like I would say that after you are in that situation and you find out that you're gonna have a baby, that your priorities shift instantly. Did that like make you put you like in like go mode? You know what I mean? Like,
So
I
now
need to
I'll
sort
tell you,
shit.
I had a funny conversation the day I told me ma, like, we told me ma and they were delighted, and then we went up to her ma and dad, told them, and that's her story to tell. It didn't go as smoothly as it did with my parents, but all good. And I went home that night, and I just was like, I'd say it was about 7 or 8, and I went out into the sitting room like to watch telly or whatever with me ma and Jay. And I was sitting there and I was like, they were like, like, it's mad you're having a baby. And I was like, I'm sitting here in Batman pajama bottoms. You know what I mean? Eating biscuits and tea, and I'm fucking having a baby. That's ridiculous. I mean, I was like, yeah, but you'll be grand. She was like, you'll be grand. And I was like, fucking hope so. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there in my little Batman pajama bottoms going, I'm having a fucking baby. That's mental. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? I'm not old enough to have a baby. Like, this is insane. No job, nothing, in fucking Batman pajamas, sitting on the sofa with me ma watching the telly. But like, you just
Man,
figure
the
it
fuck
out. Like,
up, yeah.
I mean, I didn't get a job till the baby was born. Like, baby was maybe 3 or 4 months old, and I ended up going back to fucking our wonderful former employer. I was actually in the zoo. We were in the zoo. We brought the baby to the zoo, and my phone rang, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Like, so I just answered it, and he was like, "Oh, Mr. McCoy, what's the story?" He was like, "Do you need a job?" I was like, "As it happens, yes, I do. Unfortunately, I do actually need a job." So went back there for fucking like 6 years or something. Like 6 years after I went back, I was there. So that was bad. Quit that job. Got another job. Quit that job. So you remember how I was going over to the doctor? I was like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." I was like, "You're not fucking pregnant. What are you talking?" "Yeah, I am." I was like, "It's literally me last fucking day. I'm standing outside the job taking this phone call. Yeah, I'm pregnant." I was like, fuck off. Fucking, you are winding me up. She was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, fuck me. Stop, like, literally just quit this job."
But did you have that thing, like obviously you were at an age where like Batman pajama bottoms, you were a grown man only by looks.
Come here, I still wear Batman pajama bottoms. Let's not knock on the pajama bottoms, you know what I mean?
Okay, so
The pajama bottoms are here to stay.
I like to formally apologize to my guest. I didn't mean anything bad about pajama bottoms.
Fuck you. I'm leaving. I'm storming off.
No, I meant in a way like yeah, you're 21. You know what I mean? Like yeah, you're a grown man. You're a grown man by looks. You're not a grown man in the head.
Oh, yeah,
you
no,
know what I mean?
absolutely
Like
not.
yeah, you're not ready for that kind of shit. But like, did you have that switch that some people talk about that is like you're freaking out, and then like you had your son, and you like everything was good. You know that feeling of,
Yeah, you kind of don't have a choice. You know what I mean?
but to be happy.
Well, no, not like once we kind of told everybody and we like realized that it's gonna be grand. Like I was really happy. I was looking forward to having the baby. Like everything, you know what I mean? First time around, second time around, different story. As you're well aware, we had conversations. But like first time around, once I kind of settled into like it'll be grand. You know what I mean? Then we were really excited. Like it was a good thing then. But initially, no good, terrified. But like I was always, as a kid, like growing up, I was always more mature than I should have been for my age. Like I always had to be more mature. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like so, like while I wasn't like ready to have a kid, but I was kind of like I will be grand, but like I don't. I'm not there yet, but I will be okay. But yeah, so I wouldn't say like it switched, but it was just I just like knew off have to nut up and fucking take care of the business, like, so that's what you do. You
Yeah.
have no choice, like, you know what I mean? Well, I suppose you do, you could fuck off, but I wasn't gonna fuck off, so didn't have
Yeah.
any money to fuck off. I'd have been fucking off under a bridge.
Yeah, I mean, especially since you know how it is, like growing up without a father. I'm sure you don't want that for anyone,
Nah,
especially
that was
not
like
your
my
kid.
whole, like, as a kid, that was my whole thing in life, because I have to be a good dad when I grow up. That's what I wanted to be when I was a kid, when I grew up. I wanted to be a good dad. That was it. I want to have a house that's mine, and I want to have my kids, and I want them to think I'm a good dad. That's all I ever wanted when I was a kid.
And do you think that you are a good dad?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Getting there. I do my best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the fucking two kids won't leave me alone, so I must be doing something right. They don't hate me. You know? Who knows?
And do you like being a father?
Sometimes. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. You know?
Is it?
It's one of them things, like, people say, "Oh, would you not have kids, like, if you had the choice?" Like, yeah. Absolutely. People go, "Oh, they would never change anything." Like, bollocks, you wouldn't. But absolute bollocks. If I could have lived the last 8, 9 years nearly with no kids and more money, absolutely. But like I wouldn't. It's weird because like obviously I love both my kids. You know what I mean? I'd do anything for them. But if I just hindsight 2020, would I rather have no kids? Absolutely. Life is easier. You only have to worry about yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have untold amounts of stress that just stem solely from having kids. And then not the kids are not stressing me out. But like, I have to get up in the morning and go, need to go to work today. Like, I have to go to work today. Because I have to have money, because the kids have to have stuff. Kids have to eat, kids have to have clothes, kids have to fucking have a place to live. If I didn't have kids, I could just be like, I don't need that much money. I can just kind of chill out, be on the doll.
Yeah.
Can't do that when you have 2 kids.
Yeah, it's that the shit that we talked about in the last episode. Like, you gotta set everybody straight, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Everybody needs to be straight.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's a good motivator to get
So, yeah,
up.
like, perfect world. If I could have no kids, yeah, of course. I'd have so much more money for me to spend on me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't need to be trying to buy a fucking 2 or 3 bedroom house. I could buy a shoebox apartment and be happy out. Just me on my own. But,
Yeah.
like, that's not the hand I was dealt, so here we are.
And I just want to make a clarification because, like, I feel like some people might take this the wrong way. Like, I know what you mean because I know you as a person.
Yeah.
I just, maybe people who are listening, not maybe, people who are listening don't know you as much as I do. When Michael says hindsight 2020, life would be better without kids, he does not mean that in a way that, like, you know, oh yeah, I wish I didn't have kids. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying fuck them kids. I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, a perfect world, if you ask me what's the best way to live your life, don't have kids.
yeah,
Statistically, it's the better way to have your life. Is to not have 2 people who are 100% dependent on you. You know, well, 50%. Listen, I'm not fucking discounting their mother. She's a saint. But, like, you have two people whose lives depend on me. You know what I mean? That's stressful.
yeah.
It's easier to not have kids.
But I also know you wouldn't trade them kids for nothing. I know, bro. I know you love them more than.
Yeah, I do.
I know you love them.
I'm saying, like, I wouldn't. If somebody come to me now and said, "Give them kids, I'll take them off you," I'd say, "No. What are you talking about?" You know what I mean? But if I could go back in time and be like, "Hey, you don't have kids," you know,
Yeah, I know.
don't have kids because stress.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Hey,
Life
easier.
is gonna be simpler for you personally.
listen, we have a mutual friend who doesn't have kids. Big pimping, nice house, happily married, all good, no kids.
Yeah.
Don't know if he wants kids. Don't know what his personal situation is, but he doesn't have kids. Right? Now I look at that situation and go, that could have been me if I didn't have kids. You know?
Yeah.
He's in a better position than I am. Just factually.
Yeah, but I also think that you are very lucky that your girlfriend is the way she is because, like, one time your family was over here and I was talking to your girlfriend and I don't know, I just saw her how she was, like, doing stuff with your kids and I asked her, like, oh, like, do you like being a mom? And she was like, yeah, I love being a mom.
Yeah.
And I think that makes such a big difference is because, like, your girlfriend really fucking enjoys what she's doing.
Yeah, she's a good lad. You know what I mean? I'd fucking be lost without her.
Yeah.
Couldn't be a single. See, if I had them 2 kids and it was just me, I'm dipping. Sorry, kids. You know what I mean? It's us or just you 2. So I choose me. I choose me every day.
Yeah, but it's nice that you found somebody that is, like, such a good companion to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that any man who gets somebody like that by their side is a lucky person. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not everyone gets that. And, like, since we are kind of getting to the end of our usual episode time, since we went through your earlier life and you becoming a father and, like, bigger events in your life, what is what is looking for you in the future? You know, like, give us a rundown. Like, where would you like to be in 5 years? Let's say.
5 years. I'll definitely have a house. 100%. Like I would like in the next 6 months that I can have a house, but the market doesn't dictate that that's going to be 100% possible. But next year, I definitely have to have a house. And then next 5 years, maybe I have a nice car. Maybe I have a better job. Maybe the house is done up real nice. Maybe has a little podcast studio out the back. Who knows?
Let's leave the material things out of the way, but like, how do I say, your life, if you think of yourself coming home from work to your house and your girlfriend and kids are there, is that like, how do I say, is that something that you think to yourself, I'm like, that would make me happy?
Oh man, if I had a house just to go home to as my house, life's perfect now. Perfect. Job's good, kids are good, girlfriend's good. Only thing that's not good is where I live.
Yeah.
I get my own house, everything's good. I need no more. That's all I need. I've completed it. If I get my own house, the kids still like me in 5 years, all good. I did it.
You're missing like one piece.
That's all I wanted when I was growing up. Have my own house, have kids who like me, have a girlfriend who's deadly. All I'm missing is the house. I get the house, I'm good.
That's awesome, man. I am actually so happy for you. You know what I mean? Considering that, like, obviously you and I have been friends for a long time, you know what I mean? And we just like, well, you know, we're doing this together. So obviously we're very good. But yeah, bro, like, I'm really happy for you that
Thank
shits
you.
are looking up for you.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I genuinely hope that you will accomplish everything you set your mind to.
God willing.
Yeah, well, that's it for today. As promised, we wanted to sharpen up our interview skills. First of all, Michael, like, genuinely thank you for taking this. You took this way more seriously than I thought you would. I thought that you're gonna...
To be fair, I did tell him I wasn't going to take it seriously, but here we are.
As you Irish folks would say, I thought you're gonna make shite of it.
Well, I was considering making sure of it, but sure, look, we're here now.
No, seriously, bro. Thank you very much for taking it seriously. That was really fun, and I genuinely found some things about you that I didn't know before.
And I'm not going to promise an interview episode for Luka, but
I don't want to be interviewed.
I don't give a fuck, neither did I want to be interviewed. But here we are, so, you know, maybe Luka gets an interview soon. Maybe not. We'll see. We record an episode and we have fuck all to talk about. Luka's going to get asked some questions. We'll see what happens.
Well, Michael, thank you for your time. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. This is something a little different, you know what I mean? But we heard a story from my good friend, and we heard something about him. And it's, I don't know, it's a life story that I think anybody can relate to, you know what I mean? It's just life coming from somewhere where, well, shit wasn't looking too bright, you know what I mean?
There you go. Start from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Start from the bottom, now the whole crew's here. I don't know any more words to that song, so we're going to just have to leave it there. Thanks, lads.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.